Welcome to the channel, I'm Facecast, and today we're going to rank every evolved skill in survivorio on a tier list and discuss a few things about each one. I made a tier list on this subject recently, but the game was updated, new EVOs were added, and things changed, so it's time for an updated tier list. If you don't want to miss the next survivorio tier list, make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. Also, if you sign up for NordVPN using the link in the description of this video, you can get a free gift. Starting off in the C tier, we have the pressure force field and magnetic rebounder. The pressure force field is an evolved version of the force field combined with the energy cube that deals damage and pushes enemies back if they get too close. The force field is great in basically every tank type of build due to the fact that the energy cube supply used to evolve the skill will restore a certain amount of health every couple of seconds. The pressure force field excels in chapters with close quarters and can help defeat or defend against waves of monsters with high HP. The magnetic rebounder, once called the magnetic dart, is an evolved skill that combines the high power magnet and boomerang. The high power magnet itself is great due to the fact that it can increase your item loot range by a percentage, but the boomerang is slightly lackluster, although it might hit more targets than the brick. The magnetic rebounder will swing two darts around you that spread further as they travel. This EVO skill is pretty good in scenarios where close and mid-range combat is frequent. In the B tier, we have the 1-ton iron, death ray, destroyer, sharkmaw gun, fuel barrel, and quantum ball. The 1-ton iron, previously called the dumbbell, is an EVO skill that launches 1-ton irons in every direction from your character. After a recent update, this EVO skill seems to be slightly more powerful and can be useful in close quarters. Combine the brick with the fitness guide to create the 1-ton iron EVO skill. The death ray is a new EVO skill in survivorio that is exceptional against bosses if you aren't afraid to kite them, and against hordes of monsters as it can cause significant damage. Combine the laser launcher and energy cube to create the death ray EVO skill. In addition, the initial laser launcher skill is great in chapters where you essentially move up and down, because the laser can potentially cause damage to most enemies on the screen due to its shape. The destroyer is a drone that shoots missiles around your character. You can assist the drone in hitting targets by getting the enemy to walk into the green hitboxes on the ground. The destroyer is good against hordes of monsters, but I think better against bosses if you are able to kite them and provoke them to walk under the drone's hitboxes. Combine both Type A and Type B drones to create the destroyer drone. Both Type A and Type B drones have to be leveled up to 5 stars before this EVO can be manufactured. The sharkmaw gun shoots a large bullet that deals penetration damage and explodes, causing AoE damage. After the recent update, the sharkmaw gun seems to target bosses quite well now when you are facing them, so this EVO skill now thrives a little bit against bosses, as it can hit them and deal damage on impact, instead of targeting the air and only causing penetration damage if a boss runs in the same airspace. Combine HE fuel and the RPG to create the sharkmaw EVO skill. In addition, HE fuel will increase all ammo and weapon range by a percentage. The fuel barrel ignites the earth around you in a circle, dealing damage and lasting damage to unfortunate enemies. The fuel barrel excels in chapters with butterflies that leave puddles of lasting damage on the ground, as it can remove the puddles of lasting damage, allowing you more space to move. Combined oil bond and the molotov to create the fuel barrel EVO skill. The quantum ball launches multiple balls that bounce off walls and enemies, dealing damage along the way. The quantum ball is great at defeating enemies all over the map, including stationary enemies in the distance. Combine sports shoes and the soccer ball to make the quantum ball EVO skill. Next, in the A tier, we have the defender and whistling arrow. The defender turns you into a lawnmower, where you can mow over hordes of monsters if you have enough HP. The defender spins red tops around your character that follow you and deal damage, keeping you protected in the middle. The tops will deal damage and knock the enemy back if they get too close. This skill is exceptional in close quarter combat. To get the defender EVO skill, combine the exo bracer and guardian. The whistling arrow is moving from the B tier to the A tier due to its use in the endgame chapters. The whistling arrow is essentially a homing missile that assassinates enemies all over the map. It is great against bosses as it will automatically attack them if they are on the same screen, and different supplies can increase its stats like range and speed. Combine the ammo thruster and drill shot to create the whistling arrow. Finally, last but not least, in the S tier, we have the supercell and caltrops. The supercell is one of my favorite skills in the game for two basic reasons. It can defeat enemies from a distance and is great against bosses, as it will automatically target them with high damage. This skill also works well in chapters that have stationary enemies in the distance, as you will not have to get near them to defeat them. Combine the energy cube and lightning emitter to evolve the supercell. The caltrops is another new EVO skill in the game alongside the death ray, but they are completely different types of skills. The caltrops is a flying fruit with spikes that causes massive damage as it bounces from each side of your screen and shoots spikes at the enemy in every direction, and the death ray is a laser that basically targets one area. This EVO skill introduces a lot of new strategies into the game and makes it really fun. The caltrops is the best in the game at making an escape route, as you can basically follow it or walk under it as it wipes out hordes of enemies. To evolve this skill, use HE fuel and the durian. Here's the finished tier list. We have the supercell and caltrops in the S tier, defender and whistling arrow in the A tier, 1-ton iron, death ray, destroyer, sharkmaw gun, fuel barrel, and quantum ball in the B tier. And in the C tier, we have the force field and magnetic rebounder. All of these evolved skills are great at what they do and can be used strategically in different chapters. So just because the force field is in the C tier doesn't mean that it may not be more useful than others in some chapters. Keep that in mind. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching this survivor.io EVO tier list. If you would rank anything differently, let us know in the comments below. Thanks again, smash like, subscribe, and have a great day.